Welcome back to the D-Walk Show on 96.7 FM Detroit. Today we got in the building with us, we got Rafeeq Foster, Elevate Clothing, out of Detroit, Michigan. How everything going with you, man?
Everything good with me. I'm glad to be here. I appreciate you inviting me out.
All right. We also got in the building with us artist The Greatest.
What's going on?
Out of Detroit, Michigan. Y'all both representing the East Side, ain't y'all?
Most definitely.
You know.
Okay, East Side, Detroit in the building with us on the
48214,
D-Walk
baby.
Show.
Mac and
Let's
B,
get it.
You know, Mac babies.
96.7 FM Detroit, let's go. So, man, what made you name it Elevate Clothing, man? I know you well established in everything, man.
So it started off at Wayne State University.
Okay.
Life happened. I was in school. Grades was going good. Then, boom, chemistry, physics, was kicking my butt. I needed to take a break after I finally passed my physics course, and I needed a change. So I went to community college. I needed to attain my associate's degree in order to get a job.
Right.
So I knew if I had my associate's degree with 4 years of experience, I can go somewhere and make more money because my job was playing around. So I went to Wayne County Community College. I pretty much got all A's and one B. So I came out with like a 3.83 or something like that. And the main thing was I had to change my mindset. I had to change my the way I do things. So I said, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it, I gotta go hard with it. So changed the way I study, I changed the way I think. I ignored all of the negativity and I just went hard. So I told myself, I told myself that that in order to be successful, I had to elevate the way I think. So my wife right here, she helped me. She kind of told me like, you don't fit in at the school, because I felt Wayne State was like a better school than WC because that's kind of what we were taught.
Yeah.
Community college wasn't nothing, but
Yeah.
I had to tell myself that I'm here for me and nobody else and my family. So I was doing it for them and elevate. As far as that, Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, he was a big motivation because I used to listen to his.
Oh, I know who that is.
I used to listen to his his shows. Thank God it's Monday.
Yeah.
All of his motivational speeches, and a lot of his words hit me. Some of them even made me cry, and it told me like, you need to do this. And a couple words came to mind: elevate, execute, exceed. I chose elevate because elevate had a higher meaning, So, that's pretty much where it came from.
So Eric Thomas, how did he, would you say he was the biggest inspiration on your clothing line?
He was, I would say, a huge part of it because he, without even knowing me, he pushed me to be a better person. So I always wanted the clothing line from a child. I wanted more of a sports clothing line though. And I finally had the opportunity. I always was like, I need to do it. And his videos was like, you keep saying you need to do it, but you ain't did it yet, pretty much.
Right.
And one day I said, I need a graphic designer. I tried doing it myself. And I hired somebody. They came up with my logo, and I'm like, boom, we in the building. It started in May, but I didn't release it until December, Christmas. So I started it as a Christmas clothing line.
Okay.
But it's been out since what year? 2019.
So May 2019. Yeah.
Okay.
And man, you what stood out about your clothing line is, man, is you well established. You know what I'm saying? And, you got jogging suits, you got shirts, hoodies, hats. You know what I'm saying? You came in here with two box loads. Like, is that a coat over there too, man?
Hey, they coming.
You came with it.
They
man.
coming.
You know what I'm saying?
They coming.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you well established, bro. That's right now. It's gonna be easy for you at the level you on with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that you got on it, you probably can educate people that's trying to come up in the clothing line
most definitely.
business, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, like, it get easy because now that's all you got to do is put it out there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people ask me, what you do to do this? How you start this? And I'm like, well, it's one thing we call YouTube University. So YouTube was very helpful. Google was very helpful. And I'm like, well, all you got to do is Google, how do you start this? Look up anybody in this state, in city got this same business name.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, somebody got this name, so I had to switch it up.
Right.
So Elevate Clothing LLC, nobody had that.
Right.
So anybody need help, I'm willing to help them. I give you the websites. I give you everywhere I go, you know.
Right.
But as far as creativity, they got to come from you.
Right.
I can design some stuff because I be thinking about a lot of stuff.
But you don't want, if they going to start a clothing line, you want it to be from the heart. You
Yeah, I
want
want
it
it to be
you
from
want
the
it to
heart.
be them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They what they come up with.
Yeah, I want it to be their vision.
Right.
You know, so
Because you can't really have somebody else's vision, and you want your own vision.
yeah. So I mean, like, if somebody asks me like, hey, I want to start such and such clothing line, I immediately start thinking of designs in my head. It's like, oh, I could do that, but it
Yeah.
ain't for me.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and I'd be wrong if I took their idea. You know, but I'm there to help them. You know, I want them to succeed, so they come to me, hey, how does this look? It's cool, but go to my graphic designer. He can make it look better.
Right, because I can't
know.
draw worth nothing.
So so basically you would lead them. For example, it's a saying called, you could take the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. So you would basically let them know, the avenues to go in, and the right people to talk to, but you're not going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't force them.
You can't force them. You can't do they have to be from their own mindset.
Yeah, I mean, because if I do everything, it might as well call it my business.
Right.
Right.
You know, and you came to me for help. You ain't come to me to take your business. You know, I had a lot of people ask me, man, I want to do what you call that? Power washing business.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So, and I'm like, I got a pickup truck. You know, he was like, I need a pickup truck. I'm like, I got one. He said, help me start it. And I'm like, let's do it.
Right.
Right.
Let's do it. But I came back to him. He was like, nah, man, I don't got the time. I'm like,
Okay.
and I looked
Okay.
at it. I looked at it and I'm like, that's a good business idea. And
Yeah.
if I did it though, my wife would be mad because I'm always gone.
Right.
But that's part of it.
You doing what now?
I mean, that's part of business, though.
Yeah, no, she cool. I got so many business ideas. People bounce them off of me. I bounce them off of them. But if I help you, I can help you start. I can help you get your LLC, your EIN.
Right.
I can help you get all of that.
Right.
But ultimately, your future is up to you.
Right.
I can help you. I can take you so far. I can help you. I can share a post. Hey, my boy got this clothing line. My girl
Right.
got this clothing line. Support them. Meet me at this.
But you
pop-up
got to
shop.
put in that footwork.
Yeah.
They got to put in that footwork too.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna do everything for them, basically.
No, I can't do everything for them. Like I
Okay.
said, it'd be my business. You might as well
Right.
make me a stakeholder.
Right. Right.
I need some royalties, baby. But no, I ain't.
Yeah.
And I ain't looking for no money.
Right.
I don't want.
But
I
if
don't
you do that,
And
I mean,
finder's
that's
fee and
what,
whatnot.
Yeah.
that's just the price you pay.
Yeah, I tell everybody, if I'm helping you, I ain't looking for nothing. You know, I just want to help you.
It's
That's
just
it.
it's just like cooking,
You
like
seem like a genuine person, man.
I try my best to be.
it's just like cooking. Like our grandma used to teach us how to cook when we get when we were younger. So it's just my grandma giving me some ingredients. She can give me all the ingredients I need. It's up to me to really actually get in the kitchen and cook it. Because if
the hard part.
exactly now cooking it, knowing what to do with it, or figuring it out
Is it gonna
is
taste
the
the
hard
same?
part.
You know?
Exactly.
Learn off experience.
You could
Right.
tell.
But
You
you
could
never know
literally-
what you put into it. It might taste better.
You
You
can
never
literally
know.
Right.
tell somebody the steps to success. It might be alone in the form of a 100-chapter book. It might be in the form of a 50-chapter book. But it's up to that person to read through that book and
apply it.
And apply it to their life.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because when at Wayne State, my math courses, we took up to Calc 4.
Ooh. What?
Yeah, I went to school for engineering.
All right.
So-
that explains
Yeah,
it.
electrical
Okay, there we
engineering.
go.
So, but in our math courses, we had to write out problems, and she knew about it too because she had to do it as well. We had to write out problems,
Hated math.
but your assignment that you turn in, you had to do a step-by-step instruction, as if say you never did a calc problem before. If you read my instruction, you will know how to do that calc problem.
Okay.
So that if you kind of think about it, that's a way of life now for me.
Yeah.
I could tell you this, I could tell you that, I could show you how to do it, but if you don't read it and apply it, then it's
Right.
just sitting there, and I gave you valuable information and you ain't using it.
Exactly.
So, it's ultimately up to the person. I lead you, I help you, whatever.
So what you think about the Detroit like clothing line scene out there, man? What's going on, man? What you think of it?
So the Detroit clothing line is definitely a lot of brands out there. I know a lot of brands. There's some brands that I don't know, like the people personally.
Right.
But I recognize them. Like they doing their thing. It's a lot,
Because it seems like it's more so streetwear out there.
I was
It's
just
a
about
lot.
to get it.
A whole lot.
It's a lot of streetwear. So
Because you're an athlete, so that's I can see where the inspiration from. Because you were an athlete in school, right?
Yep.
So I can see where your inspiration came from as far as like the kind of clothes that you put out.
Yeah.
So, but Detroit has a lot of, but it's dope though. It's a lot of streetwear.
Like it's a couple other brands like mine named Visions,
Yeah.
Visions Collection, Grind Different, Illustrious Apparel. They some dope brands, but it's also a lot of other brands out there, and I ain't knocking nobody brand. It's just not my style.
Right.
Like a lot of
Exactly.
people got the
Like, for example, would you help somebody? Let's say a brand ain't your style, but you see the person is very motivated, and they really working on their clothing line. Would you still help them out?
No doubt. I don't have to like. I ain't gonna say I won't like it. It's just not my style.
not your
but
thing.
It's just
Because you might not like the clothing line, but you might like the person's motivation.
Yeah. I mean, if your heart is into it, then let's get it.
Right.
Like a lot of streetwear now is dealing with drugs. Like most people.
Some of it's what paraphernalia. I ain't gonna say what
you
kind.
know,
I'm not gonna say what. We just gonna
but
mind our business with that one, but
But look, some of it be looking dope too.
Yeah.
It's just not me.
Right.
But
But if you're gonna have a clothing, but I don't. That's why I'm open to any clothing line, because express yourself. If that's you,
do it.
do it.
Most definitely. I ain't
You know what
knocking
I'm saying?
nobody.
Yeah.
I'm like my nephew. He got a clothing line. It's a marijuana clothing line. Gas clothing line. Something like that. My bad, nephew.
you not playing them, Joe?
It's cold though.
I'm telling my auntie.
Like it's cold though. And I definitely support it. Not because it's my nephew, but the way he put it out there, the way he designed, the way he placed everything. I'm like, I definitely aware. It's a gas pump. But we know what the gas mean.
Yeah.
Is that where that man? I was seeing something on social media where they had like this dude. He was putting people in the gas room full of
No, maybe not him.
THC.
No,
Like the little
I know what you're talking about.
little balloon type of thing. They was sitting in with the
What?
But it was though. We gonna put Teresha in the gas room.
Don't put me in nothing.
little plastic bubble. They had
Yeah. Where
like
he
a
from?
little vacuum.
I tell you what I tell you where you can go.
That
I
gotta
don't
be
know.
Detroit.
I think people was just doing it.
That gotta be-
After
that gotta be
one
from
video
Detroit.
went viral, I
Somebody
think they was just
started it.
rolling
Yeah,
with it.
everybody was rolling. But
Just
no,
like
The person that started that probably gotta be from Detroit.
Because it sound like he was talking about the Holocaust, talking about some gas
Put you in the
chamber.
gas
man, no, that wasn't my nephew.
gas for sure.
No,
Applause for that.
but no, my nephew brand dope. It's just
Okay, I'm tired of this church. Okay, go ahead.
you're ignorant. But no, his brand dope. I definitely a rocket. I don't do none of that. But like his placement, it's just like, dang, somebody see that? Where you get that from? Oh, that's my nephews. Oh, that's my boys.
Right.
I'm about to shout you out. I'm about to be your walking billboard.
Right, because I don't care if it's about that. Even though I don't do it or support it, I like the way it looks, I like
I'm-
the way
I'm
it's placed.
paying.
I'll
If
wear
you
it
being
anyway.
you, I'm type of person. If you being you, be you.
Yep, that's all that matters.
You know what I'm saying? Don't try to. Oh, they got this. No, be you. You know, you might like that type of stuff. This other person might like that. You know what I'm saying? You just never know.
That's just like Instagram or social media, period.
Yeah.
You could miss your own blessings looking at everybody else's creativity.
Yeah.
Seeing what they doing, and you like, man, that's dope. I can't do that. You can. If you put enough attention to it like you looking at everybody else.
Somebody might look at you and think the same thing about you.
Most definitely.
Exactly.
It's a lot out here, and that's one of the things where I had to stop looking at other people's brands. Like I would look at their brands and it looked like they doing numbers. I don't know what they doing.
Exactly. You just on the outside looking in.
Outside looking in, I'm like, man, they dropping this, they dropping that, but is they selling?
Right.
Could be an illusion.
It could be an illusion, but
can.
that's cool. Which is fine. I don't need to know what you're doing because you still motivated me to say, oh, he dropping stuff like this. Man, I got to get in the lab and keep going. 11, 12 o'clock at night, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, up thinking, trying to figure out how can I make this better.
Right.
So, I mean, social media, it could be your downfall, and it also could bring you up.
This is my personal opinion on clothing lines. I burn right now probably hundreds of clothing lines to my show. It's in the hundreds now.
That's dope.
But
You can count that high?
I got 10 fingers.
I just learned how to count that high.
I'm happy for you, bro.
Like 5 minutes ago.
He had to elevate.
He did it quick too, baby.
But look, so I look at it like this. Clothing lines, I feel like y'all kind of got it easy, once you get established, like you. You know what I'm saying? Because now that's all you got to do is put it out there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I would say it's hard, super hard at the beginning.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta get your stuff established, and you gotta make sure you coming up with different types of gear and everything.
Yeah. Quality
Quality pieces.
You gotta put it out there in different people's hands, and it can make a lot of people unmotivated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It could be in a way kind of scary to some people. Like, man, I ain't about to do this. It's too much work.
It's definitely
once you get established, like you, it's easy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's easy. Now you got to just put it in the right people's hands.
Right people's hands. That's all it takes. So, like, it's just starting up a clothing line. It's a lot that you don't know. Even research. You can research a lot, and you got to spend a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Like my first pop-up shop I did, with my clothing line at least, I had I made the shirts myself, and I was still a little bit inexperienced. Mm-hmm. I had a couple of my logos fall off my shirts. Ooh. People, I'm keeping it real.
See what had happened was.
Like when people,
and that's what had happened.
It was, I put the truth out there. It's ugly, but it made me better.
Your logo.
It built a lot of character. Because imagine
what you do the first time you see your logo fall off somebody's shirt?
Good thing it was my friend. So
it's like,
didn't have to tell.
Good thing, but no, I want people to see the ugly side of it.
Because it happens. It's normal.
And I hit up my homegirl. I'm like, hey man, why my logo come off? She said, did you heat it up enough? Yeah. I realized I didn't because I was rushing that day.
Yeah, see,
I had to make 50 shirts in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, I think you made enough. I'm like, I got to keep going. And I was up at like 4 a.m. making shirts. So, and the shirt quality was good. I just didn't. I was rushing. Yeah.
But if you didn't go through that, you would have never learned.
I would have never learned.
And to be honest with you, if you didn't go through that, you probably wouldn't even be on the level you at now. Man, where you well established. You got merchandise and everything.
Yeah, I mean, them shirts like that, I sleep in them. Like do my sleep shirts at that point.
You still found.
You might wake up.
You might wake up and maybe on your face.
I ain't gonna make this mistake.
You might wake up with a logo on.
On the pillow. On the pillow.
So
now I got an elevated pillow, baby.
Come on with that pillow right now. You know what I'm saying?
Got a whole elevate bed spread.
I'm for real. I keep it real. My experiences is. If I can't tell you what I've been through, how you gonna know that you might not go through the same thing? Yeah. How can you fix it before you go through it? You still might go through it, but just don't let it bother you. Yeah, oh, my bad. It bothered me. I ain't gonna hold you up. Like, I was up nice. I'm like, man, I made a shirt and the logo done came off. Should I keep going? I said
that's what. Be honest with you, that's probably what motivated you.
Oh man,
probably the most. Seeing your logo fall off your shirt.
I did. I bought a new heat press.
Yeah.
I bought better equipment, you know, because the one I had, I got it for free. I ain't knocking it. It was free.
Because if it's free, it's for me.
Yeah, it was for me.
But
for
same
sure.
time,
but it was you know, it was a learning experience. I learned a lot. I learned, okay, don't use these type of shirts. You know, don't get them from here. Okay, now you gotta do better.
Right.
Okay, you can get this brand, but okay, let's elevate one more.
Yeah.
Let's see, spend a little bit more money. Now these little bit more money shirts cost a little bit more money too.
Yeah.
You know, but remember, we got to pay all this on the front end. You know, and then y'all give it back to us. So it's a
so
lot.
it circulates. It circulates.
It's hard to take these low with these.
Oh no, these ain't coming off, baby.
I'm been taking the whole interview. I've been trying to. That mug ain't coming off.
See, Record Ralph got to come get that off.
Man, tell him to holler at me, man. If he can get it off, I'll give him one for free. You know, but
you gonna need a rake.
For real,
You don't need a rake to get
the more 2019 was a growing year. You know, I didn't do my first pop-up shop until 2020, and that's during the pandemic is where I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I made money. I'm surprised I made money during the pandemic.
Because some people they didn't really do much for themselves during they didn't take advantage of it.
No,
some people did. So I'm glad the
Man.
people that, because you could tell who actually took the time and, like, you know, and nothing's going on. People took time to shoot. Some people went and lost weight. Some people came out with businesses.
For the first
Either
month,
way.
I took a break though. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Like, I needed that break. I was tired. But because I was like, man, I ain't about to do nothing. Ain't nobody got no money.
Yeah.
And then once I snapped back into it, I'm like, all right, bet, I'm in the lab.
You know, people had money. They had that unemployment and the PPP loan.
No, they ain't announced unemployment yet.
Because they had it.
They had money. It's just, do they want to spend it? You know.
So the greatest, man. You what you do during the pandemic, man?
My dog.
I started a clothing line myself. This is my brand that I got on that I'm wearing. It's called Illustrious Apparel.
Look a little luxurious and extravagantic, man. Whatever, man.
I'm not about to play with you these ones.
But we're gonna have to put a price on that, because
man.
That's
we're gonna have to put a price up on that
I'm
one.
still, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to rush nothing. I came out mid-pandemic, came out with T-shirts. I done had $500 days. And I was at my worst. You know what I'm saying, with it? Because they say when you do something for the first time, you're at your worst when you do it.
Oh, yeah. But you learn. Them be the times that you learn the most, because if you ain't go through it, how do you really learn? That's why I say experience is the best teacher.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And then also piggybacking, you know what I'm saying, ping-ponging ideas off of him, because he started a year before me. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of already had the same kind of drive why we wanted a brand.
Did you kind of mentor him a little bit through it?
If that's what you want to call it. He hit me up. I gave him some advice. He already had it. He already had what he wanted.
Right.
He just needed. He told me, man, you're big motivation to me, and that was motivation to me. But he was, man, please. He showed me his logo and what he was doing. I'm like, that's about to hit hard.
Yeah.
You gotta get her some tips. She about to start a cowgirl clothing line.
Hey,
Today.
we can.
She got the boots. Show on the boots. Show on the boots.
I'ma show my boot all right. I'ma show what these boots can do if you keep messing with me. And he coming out with rat tail combs, rat tail braids.
Hey, why they going at each other like that?
Y'all, he gonna come with the D-walk.
You gotta show on the boots.
Show me a rat tail braid.
You gotta show on the big boots.
Show me a rat tail braid.
Come on, show me the big boots.
Come on, show me the rat tail braid.
They see the braid already. You gotta show the boots.
Right. That's the same rubber band that I put on his braid on the 4th of July that one time. That's the same.
Show him the boots.
No!
Show him the boots.
It's not about me. It's about them.
Teresh's new nickname
It's not nothing that he talk about. Anyway, my friend, D. Greatest. My friend, how you doing?
What's going on?
Okay, so your name, D. Greatest. How did you come up with that name? Because everyone thinks they're the greatest, right? I would believe so.
My name actually is Durwin.
Right, so
You
that's
know
where the
what
D
I'm
came
saying?
from?
That's where the D came from. And honestly, from when I was younger, I wanted to be the greatest at any and everything that I ever did. You know what I'm saying? When it came down to my music, me starting my clothing line, being, you know what I'm saying, a friend or whatever the case may be. I always wanted to be remembered for what I had to bring to the table and not want to be cookie cutter of somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You got to actually have enough balls to want to be great at something and not care what nobody else think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I would say that's the most important thing.
That's hard.
To get to the point where you don't care. It's kind of hard for a lot of people. But once you get to a point where you don't care what the world think of what you're doing, and you kind of numb to like what people think of you and everything. Once you get to that point, bro, you bound to succeed.
Because everyone has opinions.
Huh?
It can get lonely.
It's a lonely road.
It can get lonely, but
it's a lonely
it's
road.
beneficial at the end of it. That's why you got to
can learn more.
surround yourself with like-minded people.
Yeah.
So, like him, when I doubted myself in the midst of starting my clothing line, or I ran into brick walls, called my mans up, bro. What you think about this? What's the process on this? How was it when you went through this? And took any and everything he had to say, whether I liked it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to know the information coming from a genuine place.
Constructive criticism is sometimes some people need that
Most definitely.
to succeed. Like some people need a little arrogancy, and like some people need a person that's a little mean
arrogance?
to them. You know what I'm saying? To get them going.
But
you know
is it arrogance when they got your best interest at heart though?
But they at the end of the day, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you can get information from two different people. They can say the exact same thing, but it might mean something totally different depending on the delivery.
Exactly. And
You
the
know what I'm
tone
saying?
and how they said it.
Yeah, and like you can get some of that harsh information and be fine with it, or somebody might try to pacify you and be like, "Wait a minute." You can take offense to it. Like
You can always tell, because if it's like snickerish a little bit, you always like, wait a minute.
yeah, most
They,
definitely.
it's
should
like you
do it
read
like
between
this.
read between the lines a little bit.
You gotta
know
be
what I'm
able.
saying?
You gotta be able to read energy too, man.
most definitely.
Because some people
You know
they
what
don't
I'm
want you to.
saying? You gotta be
At
able
all.
to.
So.
You gotta be able to be around some people and like be able to know. You should already know within like that first 5-10 minutes
Yeah.
if you want to be around these people. You feel me?
It's like an
you gotta
interview.
read energy, man.
They read you the first 30 seconds.
Exactly.
You know,
Right.
they know. I would have never thought this guy was worried about people, what he thought about him.
That's when you have the real conversations, like, bruh.
But for real though, we was on the phone for hours. He hit me up. I was totally unexpected. He told me I got a clothing line coming. I'm like, man, somebody. That's what I'm talking about. But the crazy thing is, I didn't even know he stayed around the corner from me. Like when he told me that, it was like, oh, it's on for real.
Meet me in the middle.
We grew up. Middle school to high school.
Played football together, all that.
Like, but I'm glad he came out with his music. I'm glad he came out with his clothing line. The clothing line dope. Like he showed me some stuff on his live. I'm like, where you been, bro?
Right.
But he said he ain't social media savvy, but he about to get on there. Like he got some stuff coming. I got some more stuff coming, but I'm waiting on his to drop.
Right.
I'm waiting on his to drop because he got.
You know how that feel to hear that? Like from one of your peers though, and like not trying to just boost your head up.
But it's just like this because that's how they feel about
Yeah,
it.
and really mean it though. You know what I'm saying?
Man, he told me you need me to design because he could draw and all that stuff too.
Oh, you could draw. You could.
Man, look,
Well,
he ain't
good,
I make my own
because-
logo.
He
Kind
made
of
his own
artistic
logo.
with it.
Yeah, I make my own logo.
You probably write your own music too.
I would hope so.
I'm just saying. When you an artist, you should. You an artist. You
That's-
write.
He artistic
I would think
all
that
the
an
way
artist
around,
would
baby.
be able to write their own music.
I mean, it's a lot of people that don't, but my thing is you got to be driven and you have to be talented at the same
Passionate,
time. You know what I'm
everything.
saying? Because it's been plenty of times I lost my drive. But at the same time, I could never walk away from it because it's like it got a stronghold on me. It's like a bittersweet feeling.
It's always there.
When you're
I'm
doing
tired-
something that you truly love, it's a difference doing something that you know. It's a big difference, actually.
Yeah,
Tell me
It's
about
a
it.
I agree.
man.
It's damn near
Yeah.
life or death if you think about it.
It's a
Yeah.
man. It's a big.
You either
big
sink or swim.
difference.
Man, I'm telling
Or
you.
learn how to swim so you don't sink.
Like my wife is telling me,
Exactly.
why you getting so mad? I'm like, cause this ain't.
How I want it.
Yeah, I be wanting perfection. We ain't perfect, but like my imperfection may look perfect to you, and people don't know your imperfections. And like my shirt, they ain't know it was go.
This
they ain't-
is nice. Matter of fact, let him see
gotta
what you
stand
got.
up.
What you
Let them
got
see
in
what
the
I
building,
got,
man.
Hey man, show them what I
You
got though.
gotta stand up with that one.
You're our model for today.
Look at that.
man.
look,
Got
that's
the words at the bottom.
that's I call that the words hoodie, but this the
Elevate.
positive words. Elevate, relentless, accomplish, fearless, execute, focus, positive, intellectual, calm, motivated.
So in case you need
exceed.
a reminder of
Everything.
what
All
to
night.
do.
I mean,
Put your hands in your pocket, look down at it like, okay, I'm here, but I mean,
that's crazy.
It's a small reminder.
It's motivation,
You know,
bro.
it's all
You
motivation.
ever thought about being a motivational speaker, man?
I have. She just said that yesterday. What y'all motivational speakers or something? We was on live yesterday talking about my homegirl Asia. Her company is A-List Events. She hosts pop-up shops. She do like the decor that like your homegirl do.
Yeah.
She do all that. She out cold with it.
Ooh,
So
I might need her company information.
yeah. I give it to
Pass
you.
that on.
I got a party rental company as well, Foster's Party Rental.
Okay.
So I rent out tent tables and chairs, and I normally supply her with the tables and chairs if she don't have enough, or if the venue don't have them.
So y'all all just work together.
We all work together,
That's
baby.
what you're
we,
supposed to do.
We in there.
Got some hustlers.
that's what
man.
you're
Oh
Got
yeah,
some hustlers.
we in
Got
there,
hustlers
and my
out
boy
there.
Ulysses Brown, his is capture visuals, and he do photo booths.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes, y'all
all
can all
kind.
throw a party together.
Yeah.
You can like, hey, I need these navy blue. You got navy blue? No, I
Man,
got
show
royal
what
blue.
you got, man.
And then
Show
mix them
what you
together.
got first,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah.
All right, let me shut up real quick. Let me show
Let's
y'all.
show what you got for a minute,
I
man.
got some socks.
Got
you
socks.
Know,
There we
this
go.
is this
Those
is
look warm too. My
They
feet be
definitely
cold.
warm. You need some.
I'm anemic. I'm always cold, so yeah.
This is my first run at them, so I ain't really selling them.
It's the season for that too, man. It's
but
cold out there. Cover
I
up.
got the Elevate trucker hats. This the wing A. This got a good meaning to it. I got the regular, the regular beanies, the skull caps. Come this way with it, right there, my boy. You see that, my boy? I appreciate you.
So where did the eagle? Where's the correlation with the eagle?
The eagle. So
You waiting on that?
yeah, I was. So just so y'all know what she's talking about. But yeah, I'll show you my hoodie.
There's an eagle
that
on
right there,
the.
my boy got it on there. And he got the eagle on his, right?
There's an eagle on the shirt.
I asked my a good friend of mine, Arthur Van Young, to design me a new logo. This is let me turn it this way. This is my OG logo, the classic.
That's the original.
This the original. My homegirl Christian made it for me. But the eagle came about when just think about it. The eagle is the king of the sky.
Right.
My bad. Yeah, eagle is the king of the sky, right? It is birds that fly higher than it.
Right.
But an eagle got the wingspan of me. I'm 6'1" with a 7-foot wingspan, but they wingspan can get up to 10 feet.
Yeah.
They fly high. They got great vision.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't see nowhere near close as the eagle.
No, they
With my glasses, I can.
They
Because
fly up
you gotta
there,
figure out how you gotta think how far away
10,000
they
feet.
be.
They up there with the planes.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
And up there with the planes, they look like a little bird until they get up on you. And they get up on you, they the
You
size of
see
my
an
wife.
eagle, so it's just like
An
go ahead with that.
eagle can blind you. An eagle, if it really wanted you, it could just come down and
It
blind
do.
you. That
So,
eagle.
and that's another reason why I like the eagle. So the eagle is the king of the air. At the same time, it got great vision, but when it attacks its prey, it don't matter if it's dead. Vulture, it's a vulture that fly higher than the eagle, 30,000 feet.
Right.
It's a vulture that get
30,000.
higher than
It's,
the
Yeah,
eagle.
it's
vultures
ugly
fly
though.
higher than eagles.
It's ugly.
Yeah, they're
So
not-
I
they're
can't
not
have
cute.
that as my logo. But the eagle flies at 10,000 feet, but it can go higher.
Eagles are beautiful.
They
And
glide.
they
They
glide,
graceful.
and so but when it's hungry or when it want what it want, it come get it. So what it do? It flies down, boom. It gets its prey. It gets what it want.
Whatever
it want,
get it.
it's gonna get it. It's gonna get it. And how can you stop it?
Right.
It took out a goat, a big old goat. And
Because it's coming from up top, you ain't gonna even know.
It's like
you're
a
not even
bullet.
gonna know when it get you, when it's gonna get you.
It's like a bullet. You ain't even see it coming. Boom,
Yep.
you out of here. Now it's picking you up by its claws.
Yep.
So you see the claw grabbing the A out of there, right?
Yep.
So the A is one of my just the A in general. That used to be my left
It's
chest
picking up
logo.
the A.
It's picking up the A. So it's signifying breaking free. The eagle is a fierce animal, and it's pulling you out of the struggle. So you
Right.
being held down by the elevate. So look, you
All
being
right.
held down, right?
Right.
All these
right.
words are bound together, but as you see, the A is being pulled out.
Yep.
It's higher than all the other logos. Then that's where this comes from.
Right.
Now it done gained its wings, you free. So now you able to do what you want.
Dang,
So
it's a whole story.
It's a whole story. I
It's
told
always
you,
a story behind
I
it.
told you.
It's
Yeah.
always a
I
story
told you
behind
Wayne
it.
State. It's called being Wayne Stated. They told me up mentally. I was done. I had a baby 2011. 2012, I had to redefine my life.
Yeah.
And I was failing. A lot of people was like, "You too smart to be failing." I'm like, "Y'all don't understand."
Yeah, it's different.
My sister
it's
was.
different.
Do you
from,
think if you didn't have your baby, my bad, I couldn't do it.
I
But-
think I would have still had it.
Do you think you would have still had the brand?
It probably would have took a little longer, but I think I would have still had it. But it wasn't even more so, my daughter. It was just the fact that I was struggling at school. She was a big motivation, her and my wife, but I was struggling at school, and I just need to redefine myself.
Yeah.
And Elevate was one of the ways. It took me some time, because I went a whole year without a job. Imagine having gone a whole year without a job and not having a baby. Well, having a baby, I mean.
Yeah.
And I cried in the parking lot, a Subway, because she was my sister's best friend. And she said she was going to hire me. Didn't hire me.
Oh.
So I'm in the parking lot crying, My nephew got back in the car. He like, "You good?" I'm straight. He said, I'm glad you got the job. I was happy for him because I took him to the job, and she said she was going to hire me. I was hurt, because I'm like,
You're supposed to look out.
yeah, my sister was that.
But you gotta understand that made you opened your eyes to a lot of stuff, didn't it?
It did. It opened my eyes,
Yeah.
and Elevate came. I probably was thinking about Elevate in 2018, to be honest. I just didn't know what to call it. 2019, Eric Thomas opened my eyes to some things. He pushed me. He said, "Get up off your butt and do it." It happened. But that's where the eagle is, the most powerful bird. And there's multiple eagles,
Yeah.
It's a whole, you got the bald eagle, you got the
desert
American eagle, you got the desert eagle.
Which one you talking about?
You got
He's the only one that I know of.
but the biggest one is the bald eagle, and the best one, that's what everybody know, the American eagle, But that's where the eagle came from. It's to
pull you out of whatever you stuck in.
Well,
and help you elevate.
It go get it.
It go get whatever it want, then it come back up and it go about his business.
Even though his prey is not going to survive, but fortunately the A survived and it gained his wings, and is now able to move about freely, do what it want, and live without fear. And what's the word I'm looking for? Live without fear and just
Persevere.
Perseverance. That's how the eagle came about.
Okay. Before we get out of here, man, tell them a couple of your songs, man. The greatest.
Talk to him, D.
Tell them.
Well, I got two on YouTube right now. One got an actual video to it, and one I just dropped a single. One called D Nigga. It's more up pace, as far as for the Detroit scene. You know what I'm saying? My rapping cadence on there is kind of fast, but it's bar for bar.
Bar for bar, baby.
Back to back to
So you're
back.
just delivering.
Oh yeah. And
Okay.
then I got Brothers, which is like that's my baby. I got I took the last verse because that verse to me was more of a statement than any other verse on there, and I got two of my brothers on there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That I do majority of my rapping with. Shout out to Ho Hunter JR, Ho Hunter Los. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
where can they find you at?
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
It's up there, baby.
all the
It's up
streaming
there.
platforms. Seriously. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
cool.
I'm just really getting ready to take my time, but take over at the same time.
Okay, Rafeeq, where can they find you at, man?
So my Facebook page, Rafeeq Foster, or my business Facebook page, Elevate Clothing or Foster's Party Rental. Instagram, Elevate_Clothing Line LLC. So I'm on TikTok as well. That's Feek the Sneak if you want to follow me on there. But yeah, I mean, I'm at a lot of pop-up shops too, so you'll see me at them if you ever want to, get in contact with me.
Cause y'all, he can throw y'all a party. If y'all having a party,
I'm
he can
telling
come
you.
provide you with the party stuff.
I'm telling
with
you.
the T-shirts if you need them, but then he can come perform. Done.
Hey, we got the whole 100 coming.
If you in Flint tomorrow, make sure y'all not tomorrow but Sunday. Make sure y'all come to Joy Tabernacle. We got a performance from Jerea Alizé out of Illinois. Make sure y'all come to that. It's gonna be big. Make sure y'all follow the D Walk Show on Instagram.
And what time is the
Facebook,
event?
YouTube, 11.
Okay.
11, yeah.
Make sure y'all know.
Yeah.
It'll be Sunday.
Make sure
Put your
y'all
good
watch
clothes
Drea's
on. Put your
interview,
good
too.
Sunday clothes on.
Oh yeah.
Make sure y'all go back and watch our interview. It was pretty dope.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Man, I appreciate
More to
y'all
come
for
for
tapping
sure.
in to the D Walk Show.
No problem, man. I'm
Where
glad
can
you
they find
invited
you?
us.
What's your
The D, well, I didn't already told him.
Hey,
where
the-
else? Because you got social medias too. Well,
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
Instagram
I mean-
stuff.
All that.
You never tell them where they can find you at.
All of them.
Because you know where you can find me at.
I gotta get a Twitter though. I mean,
Look.
not a Twitter, but a
What?
TikTok?
TikTok. I gotta get a TikTok.
Definitely get a TikTok,
I most
man.
definitely gotta
You
get
too
a
boring for
TikTok.
TikTok.
Man,
Hey, but
I'm gonna
TikTok
spice it up a
entertainment.
little bit for TikTok. You feel me? I'm gonna
Spice it up, baby.
change the game.
We gonna see how spicy you get. We gonna see if you either gonna be a Tabasco or a Sriracha.
I ain't gonna dress. I'm not gonna dress like a cowboy though.
Tabasco.
I'm
ain't
tag
hot,
my you and that rat tail gon' listen.
If y'all would have said something, I would have brought my cowboy hat. I got all the gear.
Hey, listen.
Man, you still didn't show him the boots. Show him
I'm
the
not
boots.
sure about that. Listen, y'all.
Hey,
if
show
y'all
the
want to
boots.
find me, you can find me at home. All right.
Show him the boots.
I'm not showing my boots.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the D Walk Show.
Be safe, y'all.